is almost time for that favorite time of the year, football season. Atlanta Falcons rising up at the practice facility, Flowery Branch. That is where we find our Maria Martin joining us back. Maria, you're mobile. You are live. We got you. Let's start back up this interview. We were talking about Bijan Robinson, his future with the team, and a contract that's not yet set.
Yeah, so Bijan Robinson is actually contracted through 2027 with the Atlanta Falcons. The team picked up his fifth-year option, but what he's seeking is a contract extension, very similar to what his teammates Drake London and Kyle Pitts have received in the offseason. However, Bijan's in a category of his own. This is somebody who you want to be a pillar and a staple in your offense for years and years to come, especially at his age, at a running back. It is very important that the Falcons get this deal done, and I believe that they're working towards a deal of that magnitude, but it does take some time, Faith, when you're talking about a contract that can change the trajectory of the running back position. We've been talking to Bijan Robinson about this for years. He is determined to prove that he is the best running back in the entire NFL, and he does that with a contract extension, one in which I think he will receive here in the next couple of days. But that's exactly why I believe he was standing on the sidelines with his helmet off. Again, could be injury related. We'll get an update from Kevin Stefanski tomorrow morning, and we'll see what happens with Bijan here in the next few days.
All right, let's move from Bijan to Mr. James Pierce Jr., another person who's been in the headlines. What's the latest on him?
Yeah, James Pierce Jr., he's here. He is a full participant. He was running with the ones on defense, and he was really a different kind of player than they even expected coming out of the draft when he was picked up in the first round. And he's a lot of the reason why they're in a quarterback situation like they are, because they dealt away future first-round picks to go get James Pierce Jr., and it paid off. This was a defense last year who set a new record. They had 57 sacks. Their pass rush was insane, and James Pierce Jr. was a very big part of that. Unfortunately, he was a part of some off-field issues in the offseason where he was arrested in Florida. Those have been really the talking point around James Pierce Jr.'s offseason instead of the work that he's putting in to get ready for his second year in the NFL. Now, Kevin Stefanski said he's a full participant. He's a teammate like all the rest of these guys. They've gone through the other things off of the field to deal with James Pierce Jr., the program that he has to be in that's been mandated by the NFL. But what's coming next? The National Football League is going to hand him a suspension. We don't know how many games that will look like. So right now he's got to operate like he's going to walk out there in week one and play. So until they get that handed down by the league, it's to be determined. He's got to work like everybody else, but he is here. His teammates have said they don't want to talk about the off-field issues. They just want to talk about him participating on this defense, which they believe will take yet another step forward this year.
And of course, these players coming into this season with a lot of new faces in the front office as well as on the coaching staff. This is the first day of training camp working with these coaches. What are you, I guess, noticing about just the relationship there, the bond, and what we could see in the future for this team?
Yeah, good question. I mean, it's really early, so all of these new faces on the staff, it's going to take some time to build those relationships. Of course, in the offseason, they've been in meetings ever since these guys got signed and brought over here from other teams. But I think Tommy Rees is really a big focus. He's going to be calling all the plays. He's a very young offensive coordinator. In fact, in the offseason, there's been a lot of articles out there that he's the next hot head coach. Well, I don't know if we want to go that far until we can prove that he can call some plays. He did that a little bit in Cleveland when he was with Kevin Stefanski over there. But coming to Atlanta, he does have some more pieces in place than he did with the Browns, of course. He's got a lot of responsibility on his plate, and starting with the fact that, as we talked about, Faith, earlier before you guys lost me, they don't know who the starting quarterback is going to be right now. The thought and the belief is there's going to be a full-blown quarterback competition here all summer. Right now, that can't happen when you have two guys that are not fully healthy. So he's got to sort all that stuff out. Bill Callahan comes over here, who's a new offensive line coach here for the Falcons. And when we talked to Chris Lindstrom, who's an all-pro guard, he said that he really likes Bill Callahan's approach. Bill Callahan is notorious across the National Football League as what a lot of people believe to be the best offensive line coach in the NFL. He loves his approach. He likes his professionalism. He loves everything that he brings to the offensive line. This is also a group that needs to take a step forward next year. Defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich was not out at practice today. It's a personal matter. He will return here at training camp, but he was responsible for such a changing of the guard on the defensive side of the football, and there are a lot of new faces when it comes to position coaches. So right now, it's just the players getting adjusted to what things like to be called, what the playbook is going to look like. There is a lot of new being thrown at these guys and very quickly, but we got a long summer. We're just getting started.
Just getting started. Maria Martin, I told Megan, our producer, that I'm going to take this interview and I'm going to replay it about 10 times so that I can be well-versed on the season. Because, girl, you know we in it this year.
Love that.
Y'all ain't going to catch me slipping with the Falcons news this year. Maria Martin live for
We're
us.
proud of you, Faith. Great job.